In Week 6, the Steelers lost their previous game against the Ravens. Can Baltimore do it again? Find out next on Madden Football.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns with 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. First carry for James Conner. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he will have a Steelers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Now for the point after. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one. So now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Now Jackson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On third down, Jackson on the move to his left. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 15, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw. This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ends up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Back to throw here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Braden Mann now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they should wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a handoff looking right. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Jackson from the shotgun, out to his left. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're going to try and throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. But for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And give him credit, he deserves it. But this is such a breakdown defensively, my goodness. From a pass rush perspective, you know that they got to be coming hard on 4th down trying to get to the quarterback. But from a coverage perspective, how do you not see that play developing? And it turns into a touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Connor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustment.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Jackson now. Being chased out. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Jackson over the middle. That's caught by Schwartz. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. To throw again is Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They try to get the big one downfield.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over with the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Let's go, boys.
So we're at halftime here in the inner. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. These first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll give it here to his running back, and he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse. And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun on third down, Jackson dancing to his left. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open? And when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Jackson steps away. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. Now they try the right side here. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Anthony Schwartz, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down run for Connor, not going to get much, maybe a yard. 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 9. Again, a run with Connor. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. He had a minimal gain on 1st down. Now they stop him for no gain. What do you think, going in a different direction on 3rd down?
Could very well be. I'll guarantee he's asking for the ball 3rd time to try and make up for the first 2. But his QB might very well say, well, my man, maybe next series. Let's try someone else on this play.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is the time of the game when Jackson Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Throw left side, there's Schwartz with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 56 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. From the gun, it's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Starting to look like this driver may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will increase their lead to 28. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. That's complete to his running back Connor. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.